Okay, this is a message to the students in COMM 101 ADN, the Fundamentals of Public Speaking course. A couple of things for you. First of all, at this point, any correspondence to me must be sent to me via email. Do not send me messages in Blackboard. Do not post anything in Blackboard that you want me to read. I will not read things in Blackboard. Send me your message as an email. You have my email address. Make sure you do that. Now, when you attach something to your email, make sure it is something that I can read. I can handle DOC, DOCX, RTF. I cannot handle WPS and some of those formats. So make sure it is something that I can read as I've just outlined for you. When you send me a message, you must have sent it from your Ivy Tech email account. I will not open messages that do not come from your Ivy Tech email account. Also, you must, in the message, tell me what your name in full is. That's the name in which you're registered in the course. If your name has changed since you got married, but your course name is different, give me the name in which you are in the course. You must tell me what class you are in and what section you are in. I teach several courses and more than one online course, and a lot of the questions sound the same, and if I don't know who you are and what course you're referring to, I can't do a very good answer for your question. At this point, all of you, and I'm checking right now even as I talk, all of you are supposed to have submitted a fantasy name, and lo and behold, as I look through the list, I see that there are multiple members of this class who have not submitted a fantasy name. Well, folks, we're starting week 3, and that means you haven't paid any attention to directions, and that worries me a lot. Also, in going over some of the assignments that have been turned in so far, it also appears that you have not read what the assignment parameters are for what you have turned in. It is crucial that you follow all directions, okay, and turn things in. Read those directions carefully. Now, let's talk about YouTube. Some of you are going berserk about that. When you upload your video to YouTube, now you'll notice that this particular YouTube message says something like COMM 101, message to students, and a date. Well, if someone wanted to go around and look for something called COMM or message to students, they could probably find it. However, there are millions of uploads in YouTube. So if you don't say your name, what class it is, and something like that, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to find it if you have not told them what the title of it is. So what I suggest is when you upload your YouTube video, that you give it an alphanumeric name, not something that other people could search. So for instance, call it XYZ TVROQ 17685. Now, unless you tell someone that, they'll never know what it is. Now, some of you are concerned about privacy. Please note when you upload to YouTube, you can mark your upload private. That means only 20 or 25, I don't remember the exact number, viewings of that YouTube can happen. Now, here's the danger when you do that. If you happen to tell your Aunt Matilda, oh, hey, take a look at my speech on YouTube, and then Aunt Matilda is so proud of you that she tells 40 of her closest friends, and they all look, by the time I go to look, I can't go because your privacy marking has kept me from being able to see it. Okay? So, don't mark it private. Do give it an alphanumeric name that hardly anyone will ever be able to figure out. Okay. Next thing, you notify me in an email. Do not post anywhere in Blackboard what the URL address is for your YouTube. Notify me of that in an email. Got that? It's really, really crucial. You must tell me in the email what the address is. In many cases, when you're sending me the information about your speech, you also have to send outlines and other things with it. So that message is going to have attachments, and it's going to have the address of your speech. We may have to break this into 2 sessions because I don't like going over 8 minutes in one of these. So if you'll look, you will see that there are tips posted for speaking. Those are very, very handy, and you want to pay attention to that because it can help you immensely. Now, let's talk about the first assignment, the self-introduction speech. Before we do that, remember, if you are, I'm going to interrupt myself here. If you go online to take a test and have any kind of a problem with it, your instructions are to contact me immediately. If I'm anywhere near a computer, I can, if there is good reason, reset your test. However, if I'm not near a computer and you have waited until the last minute and you notify me, yes, I can go in and reset it, but if the deadline has passed, you can't take it. Okay. Now, please watch carefully how many points you get for the various things you do. Some of you have already missed the syllabus quiz. Some of you have missed turning in some of the first discussion board assignments. All of these are points that you will have missed in this class. I guess what I'm trying to say is this class is very specific. There are a lot of details to it, and you have to follow those details. I'm going to stop now. We'll do another one where we'll talk about the first speech. As always, if you have any questions, call me in my office. Area code 812-330-6262. 812-330-6262. If it's an emergency, you can call me on my cell phone. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Don't go around and commiserate with each other about something. We've already had an instance where somebody has complained to another student in a discussion board posting, and we'll leave names out of this, although I could name you, about some of the requirements in the class, specifically YouTube. Folks, don't do that. If you have a complaint, talk to me, and keep in mind this is a standardized statewide class. It is supposed to be handled exactly the same way no matter what campus you take it from and no matter who your teacher is. Okay, we're going to stop now and we'll pick up with another video about the first speech that you have coming.